If you're like me, you wish you could be more mindful and healthy about your sleep schedule. Many technologies, such as wrist trackers and smartphone applications, have some sort of sleep monitoring capability. But what can these technologies tell you about your sleep? And do they work well? Let's find out. Some typical parameters that sleep devices attempt to measure are total sleep time, fraction of time asleep while in bed, time it takes to fall asleep, the quality of sleep, and your sleep stages. While the number and popularity of sleep tracking technologies has greatly expanded in the past few years, the testing of their validity has been minimal. So far, some experimental results have cast doubt on the total reliability of these technologies. For instance, when compared to EEG, some studies have shown that both apps and wrist trackers can overestimate total sleep time, telling the user that they are sleeping more than they actually are. Additionally, sleep stages can only be recorded with EEG. Unless your sleep device has electrodes that connect to your scalp, it can't measure your sleep stages accurately. While the accuracy of sleep trackers may be dubious, these products do encourage the user to be mindful of their sleep patterns. Sleep tracking devices can provide a relative measure of how your sleep changes from night to night. That is, even if devices do overestimate your sleep, you can see how your sleep changes throughout the week or the month. So, if you do use sleep technologies, we recommend that you don't use them to get an absolute measure of your sleep. Don't use a device to validate that you get 8 hours of sleep or that you've completed so many sleep cycles. Instead, you could use the technology to see how your sleep changes from day to day or over the month. Maybe see how your sleep changes during finals or when you take a break from caffeine. Monitoring how your sleep changes over time or how certain environmental factors can affect your sleep is a great behavior to maintain. Wrist trackers provide the most features for sleep monitoring. However, they are relatively expensive, and given the lack of experimental testing, they may not be worthwhile for just this one purpose. However, if you already have a Fitbit, Jawbone, Basis, or other wrist fitness tracker, trying the sleep monitoring functions might be useful. Smartphone applications for sleep monitoring are inexpensive, and there are literally hundreds of apps. However, the performance has been even less validated than wrist trackers. There's no specific app that has been shown to be more reliable or effective than others, so if you want to try using one, look for free or very cheap. Additionally, it might be just as worthwhile to keep a sleep log. Record when you go to sleep, when you wake up, if you wake up in the night at all, and how sleepy you are the next day. This is a free way to start being more mindful about how you sleep, which might be just as good as any electronic device. So that's the real scoop on sleep trackers. They probably aren't the best sleep gauge, but they can be handy if used well. Thanks for listening, and remember, attack your slack, track your nap.